and marriage, love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other.
Hey YouTube, I'm back. It's been a few months. I didn't intend to take this long to make another video, but you know, life happens. What can I say? In spite of my better judgment, I will post a link to my last video in the description below. I think it goes to show I'm getting more comfortable in front of the camera, and I am a massive dork. I think it's going to start coming out here. Okay, so personal update. I'm actually doing a lot better than I expected to at this point since I started this whole YouTube experience. Let's see here, I'm eating better, trying to be more active. I figured if I'm not mentally healthy, that maybe at least I can be physically healthy. You know, it's a good start, right? I've actually felt more normal than I have in a long time. And I'm just kind of generally having more fun all around. So hopefully that's a trend that's going to keep going. So the reason why we're all here today. Today's lesson, relationships. Despite my dashing good looks, I'm not an expert on relationships. I'm not going to try to claim that. I was your textbook nerd / geek in school, you know. Seems no matter how many decimals of pi I could recite, pie, I couldn't get a date to save my life. You know, I couldn't quite figure that out. But you know, I kept trying, and you know, eventually I was able to, you know, to drug. So I kept at it, got to college, managed to find that one girl, the right girl, and you know, 13 years of marriage. I think that gives me some idea of what it takes to maintain a healthy and a strong relationship. What I'm going to say here will not apply to everybody, okay, because everybody's different, so what works for one person is not going to work for another one. But what I hope that I can do here is at least give you something some food for thought. You know? Pie. You know, something to think about. You know, maybe help you along. First thing to keep in mind, there is no such thing as a perfect relationship, okay? Nobody's perfect. You know, every relationship starts off grand, you know, the birds are singing and the, you know, harp music is playing, and you know, everything is just kind of, get it out! Okay, that's better. But I mean, everybody's got flaws that are eventually going to come out. You know, the big question to ask is, do the flaws outweigh what that other person does for you? You know, my wife and I, we established very early that sometimes I was going to be an idiot, and sometimes she was going to be something that I probably shouldn't mention here. I mean, she's not perfect. I'm not perfect. But, you know, when I have to stop and think about, you know, am I in a good relationship? Am I supposed to be here? You know, just when I'm sitting on her, that's not good. You know, just hanging out with her, just watching TV or playing some games, you know, it feels right, you know. What can I say? It's so hard to put into words, but, you know, it just, all of the flaws that she has, and yes, that is implying that she has a lot of flaws, isn't it? You know, it makes it all worthwhile. And considering the number of stupid things I do around here, you know, I must be a pretty good catch too. So, number 2, communication. A lot of experts, you know, throw that out there. I live it every day. What can I say? Yeah, you see that? You see that right there? I'm going to get that in there. 13 years. Right there. I think that gives me some, those are my credentials right there. Right there. You want a relationship to work out? You gotta talk about pretty much everything, especially the bad stuff. If they do something that makes you mad, you know, don't hold it in. You know, they may not even realize what they did. It's easy to talk about, you know, the pizza place that you guys love all the time, or how much you want to take the guy that made Jersey Shore behind a dumpster and beat him with a rusty shovel. What? Am I the only one? It's the bad stuff that you hold in that's going to cripple you. You have to tell them what they did that and how it made you feel, but don't be confrontational, okay? You get confrontational, they don't realize what they did, they get defensive, and then nobody's listening to each other. You know, I can't guarantee that, you know, it's going to work like a sitcom in 30 minutes, you know? So, I mean, wife and I have our ups and downs. Sometimes we can talk it out, sometimes we have to sleep on it, sometimes we just gotta learn when to walk away from it, okay? You're together long enough, you develop your coping mechanisms to be able to move on, but you gotta start by talking. Item C. C. Compromise. When she wants a cat and you don't, you get a cat, right? Am I right, guys? I mean, can you imagine how much better life would be, if the world would be, if people could compromise more often? You know, Democrats and Republicans, men and women, cats and dogs. There will be times in your relationship when you will want different things, okay? You're different people, okay? You have your wants, they have their wants. When you can't agree on something, you need to learn how to find that middle ground. I mean, you'll have different ideas of what movie you want to watch, how to raise the kids, you know, how to deal with bad relatives. Burn them. For example, you know, I love video games, and I don't have a problem letting the kids have, you know, game time. You know, I grew up normal, right? Right. My wife, you know, would like them to spend their time with their books and their toys. So, you know, over time we've kind of figured out, you know, we've set limits on what they can do on the game time as long as they can behave themselves. And I can still play whatever I want as long as she gets to laugh at me for naming the main character after myself. It's standard procedure, what can I say? Another example, I love pro wrestling, okay? I like to watch it all the time, okay? You know, I can watch it as long as she gets to make fun of me for watching sweaty guys roll around together. And I do have to skip the diva matches if she's in the room. I'm kind of whipped, aren't I? Just when it comes to disagreements, just try to keep an open mind. You want your side heard, they want their side heard. Compromise. Find something in the middle that's going to get you through that. Numero cuatro. Gestures. Okay? Letters, flowers, handcuffs. I'll be the first to admit, I've slacked off in this department over the years, okay? I don't write the sweet things I used to write to her, okay? Though I do put something personal into every card that I give her. I mean, you know you're special to each other. Deep down, you know you're special to each other. It never hurts to just, every now and then, just say it, okay? I don't care how long you've been together, okay? It still feels good to have somebody say, you know, I love you. And I mean, this goes double for the guys, okay? I know it's a stereotype, but it does. It goes double for the guys because we're the worst at this stuff, okay? I mean, and you don't have to be super romantic, but, you know, send a text, you know, every now and then says, I love you, I miss you. You know, just buy flowers for no good reason, you know? It goes a long way to keep the relationship happy and healthy. The women, they need more than just a smack on the butt every now and then. I don't know why, but that's how it is, okay? Deal with it. Ladies, you just gotta smell nice. Give us a smack on the butt. Preferably while you're wearing lingerie. You know, that'd be the nice thing to do. Letter Epsilon. It's Greek. Go look it up. Google it. It's 2 things. Why is it 2 things? Because I think this is running long and it's my video and I can do what I want to. Deal with it. Trust and respect. Respect them the way you want to be respected. Trust them the way you want to be trusted, okay? You cannot be together 100% of the time. I'm making a video. There are going to be times where you need your personal space to pursue your own... Grief. Yes, I'm alone, woman. You know, pursue your own space. Hang out with your own friends. You know, you can't be texting and calling each other every 5 minutes. Okay. Yes, I'll leave the camera in the bedroom. A relationship that's full of insecurity and mistrust, it's doomed, okay? It's just not going to work. So, thinking about all this stuff recently, it dawned on me what may be the key component to realizing if you're in that relationship that you want to have for the rest of your life. It's balance. My wife and I, we've got this uncanny ability to just balance each other. When she's down, I'm there and ready to support her. If I'm in a bad place like I've been recently, you know, she's up. She's ready to bring me back. If the kids drive her nuts one day, I'm there to keep the peace. A few days later, they're probably doing the same thing, but it's driving me nuts. And she's reining them in. You know, we're like two sides of the same coin. It's where we're improving each other where we can. We're accepting the things that we can't, you know. My wrestling, my video games, my anime. We've been together 16 years, married for 13, surviving 2 kids. You know, just being close to her makes me feel like I'm worth it. The effort, you know, that I don't have to hate myself, you know? So I've taken up a lot of your time now, and I thank you if you're still here. So let's see here. It's communication, compromise, gestures, trust, respect, balance. I hope you find your balance. Those are the big things that have kept us going for this long, and I'm positive it's going to keep us going until we're both old and gray, or until she finally gets fed up with me for all this and puts out that hit that I've been waiting on. Just all I got to say to end this is just make sure that that special person in your life, make sure that they know that you still love them. It never gets old. Never. Whether you've been together 6 weeks or 60 years, it never gets old. I hope you find this helpful. I hope you come back for my next video. Later.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
I don't have a weapon. That's not working. It's not working. All right.